Hello, my name is Anne. The question this time is, what advice would I give to parents about to enter the education system? And in fact, my first advice would be, don't wait until they enter the education system. But as soon as they're old enough, I would make sure that I go with them to mother and toddler groups, baby gym, baby sing-songs, all these little groups that they have that have activities for mothers and babies. That way the child will get used to other people. It'll also get used to seeing and interacting with other children, and possibly copy good habits but also bad habits. But they'll be used to then the environment where they're doing things, and especially if it's an only child or the other siblings are already older, then this is really an excellent start for them because they're just used to being in the normal world. So when you've done that and it comes up to being the school time, I would say make sure you talk to other parents, both with the children with learning disabilities and also without, so that you know what's available in the area, but you also will have support from them, and you can discuss with them what they think is best and what you think is best, so that you have more of an idea of where your choices will lie then too. I would definitely visit the schools or a school to get a feel for what the attitude of the school is, the head teacher and the other teachers is to people with learning disabilities. Also try and get into the classroom, so that if it's kind of like organised chaos and all the children are busy and happy and going about the business, that's probably preferable to if they're all sitting quietly working away and the control seems very strict. You'd have to decide which would suit your child best. I'd also talk to the professionals, and they will help by telling you the kind of support that you're likely to get, and they may also unofficially be able to advise you as to which schools are more appropriate for your child than others. Right, once you have decided on the school for your child, then you will obviously have some meetings to introduce the child to them and let them know what his abilities and disabilities are. But once you've done that, I would let them get on with it, and don't you try and organise everything they do or tell them exactly what to do. They've got experience with lots of children and they know what works in the long term. So remember, you're in a partnership with them, and so don't be overcritical, and especially if you think they're going to go wrong. So don't let things mount up until you get really cross about it, but be in touch with them, fairly regularly, and if things are going wrong, have meetings, but make positive suggestions as to how things can be improved. The schools don't want any problems either, and they'd be really welcoming of suggestions and how they can get around problems and do the best for your child. So in the end, you are aiming for a child who will be socially acceptable and will fit into society in general. The actual academic, say, achievements aren't, to my mind, the be-all and the end-all. But if you have, in the end of the education system, somebody who's well-adjusted, can get on with other people, knows how to behave themselves in public, and can possibly hold down a job, but also has developed their confidence and also their ability to amuse themselves, be a bit independent, and if they have developed their strengths and interests in the school system, well then that's been a success, and the child and you will be happy in the end. Thank you. So again, two things I forgot to say. One, concerning the school you choose, it's absolutely no good sending a child to a school which is not totally on board with the idea of integration and inclusion. You can force your child to go there, or rather you can force the school to accept them. But unless they are really wanting the child, then I don't think the placement will be a success. So it's up to the authorities and you to persuade the school and to assuage their fears, really. Maybe it's a step into the unknown for them, and they need to be reassured that things are going to go all right, and that you're not going to be too critical of the thing. And the second thing is, I would say to parents when they're going through the education system, is to be realistic in what they expect from the school. If the child is happy and making progress, especially on the social front, well then that's a huge bonus. So just have realistic expectations.